Okay, so part two of 15 things that blew my mind when I grew up and realized it. Even though we already went over 15 things, these are the, I guess, deeper and more philosophical realizations that impacted me. Okay, so let's start with number 7, Einstein's relativity. That everything is subjective, even universal laws. So let's do some math. If I'm walking up 3 miles per hour up some stairs, and you're also walking 3 miles per hour, but up an escalator, which in itself is moving 3 miles per hour, we're going the same speed. I know that's weird because, to your perspective, I'm not moving, and you're actually only going 3 miles per hour, but to me, you're going 6 miles per hour, but that's just how it works. It's confusing, right? Number 6. Life is an absurd paradox. Why does anything exist in this specific way? Okay, so this is the idea that subjectiveness cannot exist without a firm absolute truth, right? That's correct. Like, you can't exist in this world with your opinions without a grounded truth to it all. But it works vice versa, actually, which doesn't make sense because that creates a paradox, which ultimately makes the question, what's the meaning of life? Pointless and dumb, if you really think about it. Number 5, that all the 5 senses are ultimately the same sense, the sense of touch. It's true. Number 4, that hot and cold don't exist, that things simply balance out with what the majority temperature is. Think of it like a constant equilibrium, but in limbo. Number 3, while sleeping, if you did not dream or rejuvenate energy for the next day, it'd be no different than being dead. And yet we do it every day. We are literally a species which focuses 1/3 of our life on the possibilities of tomorrow. Something never technically real in the present. Number 2 is a pretty cool one. It's that all evil is a root of good. And I know this sounds weird because that's completely two opposite things, but an example I give is how I learned this, or why I questioned this. And it all started when I was a little kid watching a movie, and I asked my Nana, so why is that evil guy smiling? He must be happy, because smiling is happy. But happy is good. So I don't get it. I thought he was supposed to be the bad guy.
No! Son of a bitch! No!
And finally, number 1, which might come as kind of a shock, but it's true. People are not getting happier and happier as history goes on. Happiness is simply becoming more accessible. So think about like all the fucked up shit and horrible stuff that's happened in the past, like wars and stuff. But you have to remember that that's normality to them. So when they sit down to have a nice meal with their family, it's the same happiness that you would feel today. Only you have more access to this kind of happiness than they do. It's no different though. Except if you're this guy.